Ladies and gentlemen, character is the foundation of destiny. You can build a career on talent, you can rise through skill, and you can attract attention with charisma. But only character will sustain you when the storms of life arrive. Here's the truth. Your gifts may open doors, but only your character will keep those doors open. Character sustains success because it is the invisible foundation that holds up everything visible in a person's life. Many people confuse success with achievement, wealth, or recognition, but these are only temporary fruits of effort, talent, or opportunity. True success is not about how high you rise, but how long you can stay there without falling apart. History is filled with men and women who reached incredible heights through their skill, brilliance, or charisma, but who later collapsed because their character could not sustain the weight of their accomplishments. Character is what ensures that the success you gain today does not become the shame you regret tomorrow. When doors open because of talent, the excitement may be immediate and thrilling. You can impress people with your gift. You can rise quickly with your skills, and you can gain followers because of your personality. But gifts and talents are like wings. They can help you fly, but without a solid foundation of character, that flight may end in a devastating crash. Character is the landing gear, the stabilizer that makes sure you don't destroy yourself when you reach new heights. It is the discipline to remain grounded in truth, even when praise and recognition tempt you to abandon your principles. Character is not built in the spotlight. It is built in the quiet places where no one is watching. It is who you are when the cameras are off, when the applause has stopped, and when you are left alone with your choices. This is why character is so vital to sustaining success, because success always magnifies who you already are. If your inner life is weak, success will expose that weakness. If your integrity is compromised, success will accelerate your downfall. On the other hand, if your character is strong, success will only enhance your influence and amplify your ability to make a lasting impact. The world often teaches that image is everything, but image without integrity is a fragile mask. A polished reputation may gain you entry into rooms of influence, but only character will keep you seated at the table. The higher you climb, the greater the pressure. And pressure always reveals the cracks in your foundation. Character sustains success because it provides the strength to handle criticism, the humility to handle praise, and the discipline to handle opportunity. Without it, you may rise fast, but you will also fall hard. With it, you will not just rise, you will endure. Another reason character sustains success is because it builds trust. No matter how gifted or talented you are, people will not follow you for long if they cannot trust you. Trust is the currency of leadership and influence, and it is earned only through consistent character. When your words match your actions, when your promises are kept, and when your integrity is uncompromised, people place confidence in you. That trust becomes the bridge that allows your success to continue growing. Break that trust, and even the greatest talent cannot repair the damage. Character also sustains success by keeping you aligned with your values and purpose. Success without values leads to emptiness because it chases recognition rather than meaning. A person of strong character understands that success is not measured by applause, but by impact, not by wealth, but by legacy. When you have a solid foundation of character, success does not change your essence. It only multiplies your ability to do good. Without character, Success changes you into someone you were never meant to be. With character, success refines you into the best version of yourself. In the end, character is the one thing that ensures your success is not temporary. It is the anchor that keeps you steady when storms hit, the compass that guides you when distractions come, and the strength that carries you when pressure increases. Many can achieve success, but only those with character can sustain it. Transformation starts within, because real change in life is not first about circumstances, opportunities, or external conditions, but about the inner shift that happens in the heart and mind of a person. Many people spend their entire lives waiting for external things to change before they take steps toward a new future. They wait for more money, better connections, or favorable conditions, but they never address the deeper truth that without internal transformation, external change is only temporary. True and lasting transformation begins in the unseen realm of thoughts, values, beliefs, and character. It is the invisible work inside that creates visible results outside. Every great achievement, breakthrough, or reinvention begins with a decision within the human spirit. It begins with a person saying to themselves, "I cannot stay the same." That decision sparks a new mindset, and that mindset shapes actions. Transformation is not magic, and it is not imposed from the outside. You cannot force someone to change if they do not first desire change within. The soil of transformation is always the heart, and once the inner world shifts, the outer world must eventually follow. The danger many people face is chasing outward change without dealing with inward renewal. They change their appearance, their job, their relationships, or their surroundings, but they carry the same old mindset and the same broken habits into every new environment. As a result, they repeat the same cycles and wonder why life looks the same no matter where they go. You can relocate your body, but if you do not renovate your mind, your life will always reflect your old patterns. Transformation is sustainable only when it starts from within. When the inside is transformed, it creates alignment between who you are and what you do. A changed heart produces new attitudes, and new attitudes lead to new behaviors. For example, someone who shifts internally from a mindset of fear to a mindset of courage will naturally take bold actions they once avoided. Someone who shifts from self-doubt to confidence will begin to pursue opportunities that once seemed impossible. Inner change births new choices, and new choices shape destiny. Without that inner rebirth, even the best opportunities can be wasted. Another reason transformation starts within is because the inner life governs the outer life. Thoughts shape words, words shape actions, and actions shape outcomes. If thoughts remain negative, fearful, or limited, no external success can be sustained. Many people sabotage themselves because their inner beliefs are not aligned with their external goals. They may dream of success, but inwardly they believe they are unworthy. They may want healthy relationships, but inwardly they carry bitterness or distrust. Transformation requires uprooting toxic patterns and replacing them with new convictions that support growth. Once the mind and heart are renewed, the external environment has no choice but to adjust to that new reality. Transformation within also builds resilience. Life will always present challenges, setbacks, and disappointments, but a transformed inner life creates strength to endure. When you have renewed your inner world with vision, hope, and discipline, storms cannot easily shake you. Outward success may come and go, but inward transformation gives you the ability to rise again no matter what happens. Without this, external change is fragile and dependent on conditions that you cannot control. The greatest gift of transformation within is that it empowers you to take responsibility for your life. Instead of blaming circumstances, people, or the past, you begin to see that the real battle is internal. By shifting your mindset, guarding your character, and renewing your values, you take command of the direction of your future. External change may inspire you for a moment, but inner transformation equips you for a lifetime. Consistency matters because it is the thread that weaves small actions into great achievements. And it is the discipline that turns vision into reality. Many people dream of success, they talk about their goals, and they desire transformation, but they fail to realize that greatness is not built in a single act of brilliance. It is built through daily habits, repeated faithfully over time. Consistency is the quiet power that compounds effort, builds credibility, and establishes trust. Without it, even the most talented individual cannot maintain progress, because inconsistency erodes momentum and weakens character. Consistency is what proves that change is real. Anyone can start something with excitement, but only those who continue steadily show they are serious about growth. It is easy to have bursts of passion and moments of motivation, but passion without persistence fades, and motivation without discipline disappears. The real difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck is not intelligence, not resources, and not opportunities, but consistency. Doing the right thing repeatedly, even when it feels ordinary, builds strength of character and produces extraordinary results over time. Consistency also matters because it aligns your private life with your public life. Integrity is not proven by what you do occasionally, but by what you do consistently. People do not judge you by your intentions, but by your patterns. If your words and actions are aligned day after day, people begin to trust you. If you are only reliable sometimes, your influence weakens. This is why consistency is a foundation of character, because it creates predictability, reliability, and credibility. Those who are consistent are the ones others depend on, while those who are inconsistent, no matter how gifted, eventually lose influence. Another reason consistency matters is because it creates habits that shape destiny. Habits are not formed in moments of intensity, but in repeated actions over time. A person who consistently invests in learning becomes wise. A person who consistently chooses discipline over comfort grows stronger. A person who consistently acts with honesty builds a reputation that outlasts them. Every small decision, when repeated, becomes a habit, and those habits define the course of life. The future is not built by what you occasionally do, but by what you consistently practice. Consistency also fuels growth because it allows you to measure progress. If you only act sporadically, you cannot see patterns of improvement. But when you are consistent, even in small ways, you can look back and see how far you have come. Progress is often invisible day to day, but consistency makes it clear over weeks, months, and years. It turns invisible growth into visible transformation. People who quit too soon often fail not because they lacked ability, but because they lacked consistency long enough to see the results of their labor. Consistency matters most when challenges arise. Anyone can stay consistent when life is easy, but true strength is proven when you keep moving forward, even when the journey feels hard. Consistency in the face of adversity builds resilience. It says, I will not give up on my values, my vision, or my responsibilities, no matter the pressure. This kind of consistency not only sustains success, but multiplies it, because it shows others that your foundation is unshakable. At the heart of it all, consistency matters because it transforms ordinary people into extraordinary leaders. It takes small daily acts and turns them into lifelong impact. It proves integrity, creates trust, builds habits, fuels growth, and sustains progress. It is not glamorous, it is not always exciting, but it is the difference between temporary success and lasting legacy. Fight the right battle, because life is full of struggles, but not every struggle deserves your energy, and not every fight is worth your focus. Many people waste their strength battling critics, competing with others, or chasing after things that do not add real value to their lives. They exhaust themselves fighting battles of ego, comparison, and distraction, while ignoring the deeper, more important battle within. The truth is, the greatest fight you will ever face is not against other people or circumstances, but against the temptation to compromise your principles, against the weakness of your own character, and against the destructive thoughts that try to limit your potential. When you fight the wrong battles, you drain energy that should be used for growth. For example, battling for people's approval keeps you enslaved to their opinions, and battling for temporary recognition blinds you to your long-term purpose. But when you fight the right battle, the inner battle of discipline, integrity, and focus, you build strength that cannot be shaken by outside forces. The outer world is only a reflection of the inner world, so the person who conquers themselves has already won the greatest victory. The right battle is the fight to remain true to your values when compromise looks easier. It is the fight to maintain integrity when shortcuts promise faster results. It is the fight to choose humility when pride seeks to take control, and the fight to walk in discipline when comfort tries to lure you away. These are battles that no one else may see, but they are the battles that determine your destiny. A person who wins within will naturally win without, because the outer life eventually aligns with the inner life. Another reason to fight the right battle is that distractions are everywhere. The world is filled with noise, competition, and comparisons. Social media, society, and culture push you to fight for status, attention, and possessions. But these are battles that never end, because no matter how much you achieve, there will always be someone with more, always another goal to chase, always another critic to silence. If you waste your life fighting these empty wars, you will reach the end of your journey with nothing lasting to show. The right battle is not against others, but against the lies that tell you that you are not enough, against the fear that stops you from stepping into purpose, and against the negativity that tries to imprison your mind. Fighting the right battle also means recognizing that your true enemy is often invisible. Fear, doubt, pride, greed, and laziness are far more dangerous than any human opponent. They live inside you and work silently to destroy your destiny. If you ignore them, they will rob you of opportunities, relationships, and peace. But if you confront them daily with courage and discipline, you weaken their power over you. Every time you choose faith over fear, discipline over distraction, and principle over compromise, you win another round in the right battle. When you fight the right battle, you also inspire others to do the same. People may not see every inner struggle you face, but they will see the strength, peace, and clarity that come from your victories. They will see a life that is not controlled by circumstances, but directed by purpose. They will see a character that does not collapse under pressure because it has been forged in the hidden battles within. By fighting the right battles, you not only transform yourself, but also set an example that empowers others to rise above trivial conflicts and focus on what truly matters. In the end, fighting the right battle is about stewardship of your energy, your time, and your life. You cannot fight everything, but you can fight the things that count. When you direct your strength toward conquering the inner struggles of discipline, integrity, and focus, you gain victory that no one can take away. That victory builds a foundation for lasting success, unshakable peace, and a legacy that endures beyond your lifetime. Strong character creates trust and influence because people are naturally drawn to those whose lives demonstrate integrity, honesty, and consistency. Talent may attract attention, and charisma may win admiration, but neither can build the deep trust that sustains relationships, leadership, and legacy. Trust is the currency of human connection, and it is earned not by what you say once, but by what you consistently live out over time. When your character is strong, people believe in you, and when they believe in you, they are willing to follow you, support you, and be influenced by your words and actions. Trust cannot be demanded, it must be cultivated. A person with strong character builds trust because their actions align with their values. When they make promises, they keep them. When they speak, their words carry weight because people know they are not careless or deceptive. This alignment between words and actions creates credibility, and credibility is the foundation of influence. Without credibility, influence is shallow and short-lived. With credibility, influence expands naturally, reaching beyond titles, positions, or authority. Strong character also creates trust because it demonstrates reliability. People want to know they can depend on you, not just in moments of success, but in times of difficulty. When challenges come, a person of character does not abandon their principles or betray the people who rely on them. Their strength becomes a source of stability for others. Leaders with strong character are trusted because they stand firm even when circumstances shake. Friends with strong character are valued because they remain loyal even when situations change. Colleagues with strong character are respected because they are consistent regardless of who is watching. Reliability builds security, and security deepens trust. Influence flows from trust because people are more willing to listen to and follow someone they believe in. You can have knowledge, position, or resources, but if people doubt your integrity, they will resist your influence. On the other hand, someone with strong character may not hold a title or great wealth, yet they can influence entire communities simply because their life is a testimony of truth and authenticity. Influence is not about forcing people to follow. It is about inspiring people to willingly align with your vision because they trust your heart and respect your example. Strong character also enhances influence because it outlasts circumstances. A person with strong character does not need to manipulate, flatter, or pressure others to gain influence. Their life speaks louder than words. People are drawn to them because they embody values that others admire, but often struggle to live by themselves. Honesty, humility, courage, and discipline are qualities that shine brightly in a world full of compromise. And those who carry them naturally become role models. Influence rooted in character endures long after trends, titles, or opportunities fade. Another reason strong character creates trust and influence is because it invites transparency. People of character are not afraid to be honest about their weaknesses because they are secure in their values. This vulnerability makes them relatable, and relatability deepens connection. When people see that you are authentic, they open themselves to your guidance and leadership. Influence is not built on perfection, but on authenticity, and authenticity flows from character. The legacy of strong character is that it multiplies influence across generations. Trust built today creates opportunities tomorrow. A leader with character influences not only their team, but also the families and communities connected to that team. A parent with character influences not only their children, but also future generations who inherit those values. Trust and influence spread far beyond the individual, and they endure far beyond a single lifetime. Strong character, therefore, is not only about personal integrity, but about shaping the world around you in ways that outlive you. Your future depends on character, because no matter how much talent, opportunity, or success you acquire, the true stability of your life is determined by the integrity of your foundation. Character is the unseen force that shapes decisions, directs actions, and builds the reputation that will either sustain or destroy your future. Many people assume that their future rests on education, wealth, or connections. But history proves that countless individuals with extraordinary gifts lost everything because their character could not carry the weight of their achievements. Without character, the brightest future can collapse under the pressure of temptation, pride, or dishonesty. With character, even in the face of obstacles, your future remains secure and your progress endures. Character determines the quality of choices you make, and choices shape destiny. Every decision you make today plants seeds for tomorrow. If your character is weak, you are more likely to choose shortcuts, compromise values, or chase temporary pleasure at the expense of long-term success. Those decisions may feel rewarding in the moment, but they build a fragile foundation that cannot last. If your character is strong, you will choose integrity even when it costs you, discipline even when it is uncomfortable, and truth even when lies seem easier. Those choices may not always bring instant rewards, but they construct a solid future that cannot be easily shaken. Your future also depends on character, because character attracts or repels opportunities. People are more willing to invest in, partner with, and support those they can trust. No matter how skilled or talented you are, if people doubt your integrity, they will hesitate to connect their future with yours. On the other hand, when your character is proven, doors open not only because of what you can do, but because of who you are. Strong character builds a reputation that speaks for you even when you are not in the room. It preserves opportunities and creates new ones, ensuring your future continues to expand. Another reason your future depends on character is that success exposes what is hidden. When you rise in influence, wealth, or recognition, the pressure increases. That pressure reveals whether your character is strong enough to handle it. If your foundation is weak, the same success you dreamed of can become the reason for your downfall. This is why some people achieve great things, but lose it all through scandal, corruption, or lack of discipline. Their future was destroyed not by external enemies, but by internal cracks in character. Conversely, those who cultivate integrity and humility can handle success without being destroyed by it, because their character holds them steady. Character also secures your future because it shapes legacy. A future is not only about what you achieve for yourself, but also about what you leave behind for others. Wealth may pass away, accomplishments may be forgotten, and positions may be replaced, but the character you demonstrate leaves a mark that lasts beyond your lifetime. A person of strong character builds a legacy of trust, respect, and influence that continues to impact future generations. That legacy becomes the true measure of a secure and meaningful future. Ultimately, your future depends on character, because character is the one thing that remains constant when everything else changes. Circumstances shift, opportunities come and go, and life often unfolds in unexpected ways. But if your character is rooted in integrity, honesty, humility, and discipline, you can withstand any storm and adapt to any change without losing direction. Your future is not determined solely by the talents you possess or the success you achieve, but by the strength of the character that guides you through every stage of life.